for a brand new playthrough with Big Deno. Today we're going to play through, as I'm sure you've already guessed, the wonderful game Frosthaven. Now let's talk a little bit about Frosthaven and my experiences with, not Frosthaven, but Gloomhaven, its predecessor. So the original Gloomhaven game came out very early on when I was getting into board games, and a friend of mine, Big Darren, actually played through the campaign, and I was a spectator, didn't play the game, just came over and watched whenever I could, as they already had a group of 4 players, which was great, by the way, just going and hanging out and watching it, and I was absolutely in love with it. So I bought my own copy, and my friend Koki and I played through the full Gloomhaven campaign, which was an absolutely wonderful experience. To this day, probably one of the best experiences in board games I've had, and Koki and I absolutely adored it. So when Frosthaven campaign was announced, I was sort of umming and ahhing. I was like, is it different? Will I enjoy it as much as I enjoyed Gloomhaven? And in the end, I decided to give it a miss. And then Gloomhaven Digital came out, and I played through Gloomhaven Digital, and it absolutely lit the fires again. And so I headed into a wonderful Frosthaven world where I bought it. And it sat in my cupboard for about a year, I would think, just waiting for the moment when Big Deno decided to pull it out and have a crack. So we've done so. We're going to start Frosthaven. We're not going to play scenario 0. So what we might do is we might nip over here to this section. There's a lot going to be happening in this in this campaign. So I'm doing my best to show what we've got. So here is the board. I'm going to try and change the camera angle as the rooms increase and decrease. This area is mostly just for me to sort of talk about things and show off my cards that I'm playing. But we do also have a section here which we can show the cards that have been selected. So that's good. We also have the close-up of the actual board itself. You'll notice these guys are unpainted. That's okay, we don't paint models that are absolute rubbish. These are probably not my favourite models, to be polite. We also have this section here, which I haven't set up yet, but I will do so. And then, as always, the little section where we look at books and talk about things. So we're going to start the campaign by selecting some characters and building a little of those characters. I'll give you a hot tip. We've already selected them, but we do need to do a few things. So we have a Valrath Deathwalker. So the Deathwalker, if we read the little card, no group is quite so ill-suited for the icy northern climates as the Valrath, who make their homes far to the south around the Red Desert. It's all good. In order to survive the ice, one must have an icy soul. I like that. So mostly ranged, some support in melee, very little defense, almost 0 support, and focuses on the night. Waiting for the night. Whoa. And then the second one we have is a Harrower Geminate. The Harrowers are big insect bug people. And the Geminate's quite cool. So again, a mixture of melee range, a lot of complexity here. Doesn't support the same elementals as the other ones, so we'll have to rely on our own elemental generation. And a nice mixture. So not a lot of support from either of these characters. Jemmy and Nate are the names of our 2 Harrowers, and Death is the name of our Valrath Deathwalkers. I was feeling very, very original and inspired at this point in time. Okay, so Big Deno's Bruises is our party name. And I don't think we have any supplies. I don't think we have any of this. I'll explain this as the campaign progresses, but I think I'm across most of it for now. So we'll flip over to the very first scenario, which is called A Town in Flames. And I will read the introduction section, but I'll also just explain what's happening here. So this is an app that I downloaded. It's called X-Haven Assistant. Quite a cool app, I think. It does a lot of stuff for us. So we have the Ally deck, we have the Monster deck, we have the Treasure deck, and we also have all of the initiative and cards and stats for each of the characters that we have on the board. So if we zoom over to the this one here, so this is an Algox guard, and you can see his artwork matches the artwork there. This is the Algox priest. Again, priest matches the priest artwork at the top, and the archer, as well as a city guard who is an ally for us in this mission, I believe. Good. So all the stats and everything is on there, which is pretty awesome. It will also track other things. I'm not going to have it track my initiative. It can actually track my initiative, but we're not going to worry about that. We're just going to make sure that we're not spuds and incorporate our own, so I don't have to type in the initiative each time. All right, so let's read the first scenario, a town in flames. So we need to defeat all enemies to win the scenario. The sounds greet you first, muffled metallic pangs, a voice howling. It's difficult to make anything out with the wind rushing past your ears, but you'd know that tune anywhere. There's a fight up ahead. But a fight means people, and if there are people, then the town must be close. You hear more, a scream, the crash of steel against stone, a deep earthy growl. You're running now. Your legs are wasted from the hike. Your shoulders ache from your gear. But the sounds are close now, and up ahead you see the gauzy orange light blooming in the air. With one last push, you round the final bend in the trail, and you see it, Frosthaven, engulfed in flame. Great petals of fire burst from windows and crawl over roofs. People stream from the town's ruined gate, their faces bent in panic. A moment later, you see the object of their terror, a massive creature with 2 legs and 2 hulking arms covered entirely in thick white fur, 3 gnarled horns crowning its head. Algox raiders, we're doomed, cries an elderly porter beside you. They're stronger than anything else alive. We've come all this way for nothing. As if to prove the point, the Algox you've been watching catches a fleeing outpost with one hand and hurls him backwards as if he weighed nothing. 10 days you've been hiking. 10 days and this is what you find. You breathe out and a thick plume of foggy air and hoist your weapon high. Time to get to work. So I've set up the stuff here. A couple of great improvements over Gloomhaven. It tells you what the map layout's going to look like, which is awesome, so you can pre-prepare it. But it only tells you this section, and you need to go into the section book to read section 5.3 when you hit that little objective. So, and these are all of the things that you will require for the mission, which is quite delightful. I love it. And this is a loot deck. Now, once again, X-Haven Assistant actually generates the loot deck for us. So, however, I have kept the loot deck easy to hand so that I can pull those out if needed. So, all right, so we'll nip over here and I'll just flip my rulebook over and run through beginning a scenario. Select a scenario, resolve a road event if necessary. So here are our road events. I'm pretty sure we do have to resolve a road event for this one, which is good. And then we'll shuffle the attack modifier decks, and that's just for us, basically. All right. So we'll cut, and then we'll select one. Boom. All right. I'll put it over here, and we can read it together. The giant boff's boughs of the willow burn tree hang low, heavy with the fruits of the season. This picturesque grotto features an inviting pond led by a waterfall splashing down a rocky cliff face. At the top of the cliff, you can see a swarm of bees have made a hive. They look fiercely protective. The pond is warm to the touch and looks to be very deep. Fish dart around the edges, but the center of the pond is a mass of dark water that leaves you unable to see the bottom. Just behind the waterfall, you can see a cave of sorts, and hidden behind the curtain of water would be the perfect protected spot to set camp from the night, away from the life, attracted to the willow burn tree. Make camp in a protected cave behind the waterfall, or do we enjoy a dip in the lagoon and make camp at the water's edge? Well, it'd be a good place for a bear to hide. So, but let's go and make camp in the protected cave. Damn. That's annoying. All characters start the next scenario. Frost demons have made a nest there. Oh, that's annoying. All right, so we start with 3 damage and brittle. So that one goes back into the deck. Annoying. Good start, Deno. It's always a trick. Okay, so I think what we do is we click here and we put brittle, and then we suffer 3 damage. I don't know, 1, 2, 3. I don't know what healing we've got available to us, but this is not a promising start. Okay. So we'll go back to the book section. So here, retrieval overlay tile, shuffle all attack modifier decks. Great. We definitely need some healing. So this is the Geminate's attack modifier deck. Lots of experience with the Gloomhaven system, so I can't wait to get some perks and get rid of some of the trash. Some of the trash in this deck. So the Geminate is quite varied, can be quite flexible, whereas the Deathwalker looks to be mostly ranged, and we've got some summons to do some supporting with. So then we deal battle goals. So I'm pretty sure we used to deal 2 of these, and you get to choose one. 1, 2, 1, 2. All right, so for the Deathwalker, we have Promoter and Exterminator. Perform an ability targeting ally before your first rest and in between each of your rests. I think we'll go Exterminator. I always prefer 2 ticks if we can. And for the Geminate, Bully and Workhorse. I think we'll go Bully. I hope we can get to 13 experience. Sorry, Workhorse, I should say, not Bully. So we've done that. Build the loot deck, select which items to bring, apply any event and scenario effects. Wonderful. So here we are at the showdown, ready to play some Gloomhaven. No, Frosthaven. Okay, so the Geminate starts the campaign, starts the scenario in one of 2 forms. And it's starting in ranged form to commence us kicking off. So we're looking to get 13 experience. So is there any cards that are not? Okay, so that might be one to play immediately. Harvest the Essence. Go here because the end of each of your turns you can convert anything into sunshine or that, but it also generates us an experience. But that does have a self-heal, so maybe we'll hold on that. Self-heal. What speed is that at? 60. 36 is okay. Ooh. That one might be the go, actually. Selfless Offering. And another heal. So we'll go at 27. And that'll be that. So we're going to need this Deathwalker to do some damage. So that's up to range 2, so that's no good. Don't have any of those out yet. Poison at range 1 could be good. All adjacent enemies. Black Barrage, that's nice. Ooh. Add a curse in this Dark Fog. Perform the attack as if you're occupying a hex and then remove it. So I think that means we need to have the knight to be able to do it. That's range 2, so that's not ideal. So we could just place a thing in a hex. We need to generate some knight. Where can we generate knight? Oh, that maybe is generate knight. I'll look that up because there's one of the changes from Gloomhaven to Frosthaven is they iconographied a lot of things. So that's nice. All right, stand by. I'm going to go check that. Yep, no, that is correct. So we will use this fluid knight. So our initiative will be 24 and 27. So we'll go over here to this wonderful app and we shall draw AI cards. There we go. 16 hasty assault from the archer. That's rubbish. Psych up and great. Okay, so we have the option here to beat that Algox archer at his own game. So let me think. All right, so let's just have a quick review of the AI card. So the Algox archer will move 3 and then it will attack at range 4. So that's moving 3, range 4. So if we have a look here, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it is in range. That's just going to happen. There's nothing we can do about that because we can't target that guy and get rid of him. The city guard's not going to do anything. Does he have retaliate 2 in this scenario, does he? Oh, nice. That's cool. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. He's actually going to target the guard, which is probably pretty good for us, actually. So that's fine. The priest is almost certainly going to target, yep, the guard. Yep, okay. So we will accept our initiatives as they are, and the reason I could potentially do something there is we have boots of speed, so we could tap the boots of speed. So the first thing that's going to happen is the archer is going to go 1, 2, 3 movement, and then he gets into 1, 2, 3 range of the town guard. He's going to hit the town guard for 2 damage at range 4. He might actually only go to here because I think they move to maximum range. It's been a while. We'll figure it out. I'll double check some things at the end of this. But he draws a 0. So that does 2 damage, which is negated by the 2 shield City Guardsman has. He's not adjacent, so he does not get to retaliate. Next is our initiative of 24. So let's have a look at our 2 options and decide what we want to do. So I think we're going to place a night marker in a hex around 2 spaces away. So we'll do that there. And then we will perform an attack as if you are occupying a hex with that and then remove it, which is an attack value 5. That's also going to infuse night. And it's going to generate us an experience point. So, and then we will remove that token. So that's an attack 5. There's no shield. Occupying a hex and then remove it, very good. That doesn't discard that. Yeah, it's a good card actually. And so the Algox guard has no shield, and so we do 4 damage to the Algox guard. So that is death done. None of those cards are discarded, so they will both go into our... Sorry, none of those cards are removed from the game, so they will go into our discard pile. Next is going to be 27, and so we're actually just going to heal. We're going to move 2 and then self-heal, and then we're going to heal 1 ally up to range 3, and that is all that guy's going to do. So Jemmy will heal for 2, and Death will heal for 3. Now, I don't recall what happened with Brittle. I'll double check that. But we can also move 2, and we do want to move 2. 1, 2 to there. Great. So that's the end of our turn. The Guardsman does nothing. The Algox Guard is going to move 2, attack for 3, and it's going to be on the Geminate. And it rolls a 0, so the Geminate takes 3 damage. 1, 2, 3. And that is all. And then it's going to strengthen itself. Oh. How do we use this app, Deno? Strengthen. Cool. Oh, wow, that's awesome. You just click on them and say that's done. So the Algox Priest, he moves 1. He's already in range, so he's not going to move. And he is just going to shoot at 4, which goes down to 2. And so the Guardsman is going to take 2 damage. And that's it. So we will go to the next round. All right, I'll think, stand by. All right, interesting. 32 and 18 are our 2 things. I'm getting into this quite a lot. I love Gloomhaven. It's great fun. And Frosthaven, I suppose. I love it all. All right, so we're going to draw the initiatives. 9? Angry Hex. What an absolute pest. I've got to look up Brittle. Does Brittle go away when you heal? Brittle. Also remove when healed. Great. Yeah, so we healed, which clears out Brittle. I did think that was the case, but I just didn't check. Okay, so we are going before everyone except for the Algox Priest. The Priest is once again going to target the Guard. He's already in range. However, at range 3, he can also target the Geminate with an attack 2, which is quite pest-like. And so we'll flip on the Town Guard first. Yes, so that just does 1 damage to the City Guard because he has 2 shield, and that unfortunately puts a curse in their deck. Don't know if that matters, but we'll do it. Range 2, targets 2, sorry, range 3, targets 2, adds a curse. All right, and so the second one on Jemmy the Geminate, -1, yes. So Jemmy's going to suffer 1 damage. But it is going to add a curse into Jemmy the Geminate's deck. I think we might be in Nate mode at the moment, or about to go to Nate mode. All right, so that's the priest done. So we're now going to do the Mind Spike. So we're at 18 initiative. And so what we're going to do here is we're already engaging that guy. So we're actually just going to use this bottom attack, which is an attack 2. And we flip a -1, so that does 1 damage to the Algox Guard. We definitely need him to die. And this one, rather than doing the top card ability, muddles all allies. That seems awful. Target all within range 2. muddle. Yeah, not ideal. No, we're actually just going to do an attack too. Oh, that goes to attack 4. Yes. Okay, so that's good. And at the end of our turn, thanks to this symbol, we flip into our other mode, which is melee mode. So next is going to be the Death Walker. And so we're going to move 3 and we're going to infuse Night again. And then we're going to use our top attack. And we're going to absorb the Night, which is going to get us 1 experience. Do we get any experience from those ones, Deno? No and no. And we can hit for attack 3 at up to range 2. So we are just going to attack the Algox Guard, and we're going to clean up the Knight, but then we're going to infuse it at the end of the turn. For an attack 3. We can target up to 2, however, we are not able to reach 2. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, so it's just going to be a 1, which is a 0, which defeats the Algox Guard. Alright, let me check if you still place coins down or what you do after you kill someone. Stand by. Okay, a couple of things happen. So we do place a loot token, which is this bad boy, in the hex that it dies. However, it is a ranged attack, isn't it, Deno? This attack. It is a ranged attack. And so, because it's a ranged attack, we actually have to flip disadvantage. But if we go here, we can also target that other guy. So we're going to do that. All right, so disadvantage. So we take the 0, which still kills him, and places that here. And then on that guy, we flip another +1. Very nice. So that's 3 damage in total to the priest. Dead. And he's got 1 shield, so it does 2 damage to the priest. Okay, so great turn for us. Priest is done, city guard's done. So unfortunately now, this guy is going to target lowest initiative and closest. So if we look here, it's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it is going to target the Death Walker, which definitely sucks. And it flips a +1, which does 5 damage. You are a fucking pest. The Death Walker is down to 1 health. Do we trash a card for that, Deno? Is that card trash territory to not lose 5 health? What's our healing like? Our healing on this guy is suboptimal. Do we trash? Yep, I think we're going to trash a card instead of taking 5 damage. So we're going to lose that card. That is now face down. All right. So we go on to the next round, and we flip to ×2. We have to shuffle this deck. Our Geminate is now in melee mode, so we want to look at our melee cards, which I have yet to do. That's a cool ability, actually. Remains in play for the round. We need to be faster than that. That's a jump. Disarm. Awesome. Why are all my move cards trashing? Pierce is good. Drag down. And immobilize. can we position so that one will work? I think we can. So that's 34. And that's a jump. Yep, I like that combination. That'll be 34. And this one, six. Loot. And black barrage, I think. Do we want to go last is the question. 28? No, we'll go up 28 and 34. So the buffheads go 14. No. And he's put in an awful spot too. An awful spot. Do we want to go? We can't even go ahead of him. Archers. Just the worst. Just the worst. We're going to have to proc that trap too. What a pest. Alright, Jemmy can't do it anymore. No. Is it a jump? It's a jump, but I still can't get around. That's annoying, but fair enough. We'll get around it as best we can. Okay, so the archer goes first. It's going to move nowhere. It's going to target range 5. It's going to target the Geminate, not the Geminate, sorry, the Deathwalker. Same as last turn, and so we'll do that. Gets a 0, so it's just going to do 2 damage to death. And then it's going to place a trap down. So there's a lot of things that that Gloomhaven had going on. Frosthaven has quadrupled that number of things. So I don't know what's a trap and what's not, but this is now a trap on our board. This is now a trap. So it places a trap there, shoots, and then that is done. So I think Archer done. So 28 is next. Black Barrage. So we're going to loot this thing and teleport to a hex with a circle. We don't have any hexes with circles, so we can't teleport. So we're staying right where we are. And then we're going to shoot at range 4, absorbing the knight, which will gain us another experience point. And so she has killed 1 Algox guard so far. So we definitely want her to kill the archer and the priest as well. So can she kill the priest? It's unlikely. It's attack 3, range 5. We'll put it on the priest. What's the priest doing? Yeah, we'll put it on the priest. So flipping a 0, attack 3, so the priest takes 1, 2, because it has a shield. Yes. And then we'll draw a loot card, and the loot card is 2 lumber. What? I think. Is that 2 lumber? Why'd that say +2? Is there +2s of things? Oh yeah, it says it at the top. 2 to 3 players. I see. Oh, that's actually... Yeah, so Frosthaven's done a lot of things to improve the game, but up the top here it tells you if you're 2 players, it gives you 2 lumber. So that's nice. That's very nice. All right, so keep track of that there. 2 lumber. So that's the Deathwalker done. So we'll now do the Geminate. Neither of those were remove ones. So what we're going to do is we're going to jump 3. 1, 2. We do not want to jump on the trap, which sucks, but it does mean that this attack now, we are going to transform into range mode, is not going to quite do what we wanted. If we have a look, yeah, if we were positioned here, we would have actually hit 1, 2, 3, which would have got both of them. So as it is, we'll just hit the archer, which is going to immobilise the archer and do a 2 damage into 1 damage on the archer. Boo. Archer's done, city guard's done, the priest. So the priest is going to target the Deathwalker. We also change back to ranged mode now. Yeah, the priest's going to target the Deathwalker. That sucks. With an attack 3, goes to 4. Oh, we got to trash. We got to trash another card. That's awful. We'll keep that. That's such a good one. I think we need the initiative, so we'll trash that. Well, very bad start for our Deathwalker. But that's done, and we will move on to the next round. So the Geminate is back in ranged mode now. So we have to play Into My Embrace. Scarab Flight, it's only range 3, 4, so we have to move. So I think we'll use that as a move, and we'll do that, and that's 30 initiative there. And then the Deathwalker. So we don't want to trash, but we may have to here. Dark Fog, no. Because I really want to get another one of those on the board. Range 2. Yeah. We'll do Shadow Step and Anger of the Dead, so we're going to hit 14. Alright, what do you got for us? 8! What a spud. Is he disarming? Oh, God, I hate priests. Priests are the fucking worst in this game. They go so fast, and they just do so much dumb shit. All right, we're going to have to use our Boots of Speed to go first. So we will go first. We might do our attack first, so we're not at thingy. We've got to go for the priest, haven't we? Yeah. Damn, that's so annoying. We can get Pierce 1. But we'll get disadvantage if we do that. It's range 3. I can't remember the specifics. If you are engaged by anyone, do you gain disadvantage? I'll go check the disadvantage rules. Thank you. Okay, so it's a very ordinary plan, I think, but we're going to have to try for this. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 to there. That's going to trigger that trap, which does 3 damage. Now, traps are actually 1, 2, 3, very bad. They're 4 damage because we're playing solo, but fortunately, that's actually specified as a 3 damage trap. And so she is then going to use I'll reveal this so you can see. So yeah, move up to 6, place 1 in the hex you're occupying, and then get rid of that card. Perfect. And then she's going to target the priest, and she's going to remove that one. I didn't want to do that, but we get Pierce 1, we get an extra range, and we get to go to attack 4 as well as gain an experience. So if we look here, 1, 2, 3, so we are in range. Come on, don't be a minus. Oh, you are the worst, Deno. You are the worst. Does 2 damage, even though it's got Pierce. You are just the worst. Range 2, disarm. Can't do anything about that, friends. That is awful. That is awful. Okay, so the Algox Priest goes now, and his target is the Geminate, and he rolls the double, if you don't mind. So we will trash that Firefly Swarm to take no damage, but the Geminate is still disarmed, which is very unfortunate, and we will see what we do as a result of that now. So the Priest is done. The Geminate does go now, and so if we have a look at our options now, we can only attack at range 3, 4. However, we can't actually attack because we are disarmed. So we're going to actually use that sustain effect, and we're going to do that, but that turns us into attack mode. So while we're in attack mode, the next 4 sources of damage targeting us, we gain 2 shield, which is awesome from this. So speaking of, the Algox Archer now goes. He's going to target... Oh no, he's going to target the Deathwalker again, isn't he? Because he was faster. Nah. Am I better off moving so that we are the target of that instead of using that effect? Yes, we are. 1, 2 to there. Another loot card, and it is a single coin. These dirty, dirty archers. Yep, and that's going to attack the Geminate. So it flips a 0. It still does 4 damage. We have to trash a card. And so we will trash. That one's awesome. I want to get rid of that. That is also awesome. Wow, this guy's quick. That's great. Alright, we'll get rid of Flailing Tendrils. Yep. So take no damage. Alright. That's the end of the turn. We are actually only on round 5 here, by the way. Okay, we've got to go fast. Got to go fast. Got to go fast. So 14 shield and retaliate seems nice. Changeling's boon. Double attack, double attack. Very good. And then here we're going to do a long rest for her. So long rest, she's initiative 99. So we'll draw 8. Can you believe 8 for the priest? Fortunately, he is targeting the guard this time because of the ranges involved. And so he hits the guard with an attack 3, 4, which does 2 damage to the city guard. 1, 2. And once again does not retaliate. The guard is now immobilized. Thank you very much. 16 does not beat our 14 on Icebound Quills. So we will go here. We'll put up our Retaliate and Shield 1. And then we'll go Attack, Attack. So the attack 4, attack 2, does 3 damage to the archer. Come on. Get him again. 3. Ah, just 1. All right, but we have Shield and Retaliate up, which is nice. So that stays in play for the rest of the turn. Oh, we could use... Oh, we could do Poison. Yeah, we'll use our dagger on that to poison the guy on his first attack, and then his next attack he gains the benefit of it. Yeah, all attacks. So that does an extra damage. So the Algox Archer's got 1. And that's it. All right, so now we're going to do the priest. He's done. We're going to do the archer, and he's going to target the Geminate. He's going to move away so that he doesn't have disadvantage. And then he's going to swing, and we're going to use our leather armor so he has disadvantage on this. So the first flip is a 0, and the second flip is a +1. So we'll take the 0, and that is going to take it down to 1 damage to the Geminate. And that's it. We survive another round. Okay, so now Death heals for 2. 1, 2. And has to discard one of these. Takes us down to 8. That's so bad, Deno. You're so bad at this game. We need to keep that. Get rid of our summon? No. Let's get rid of... Should we get rid of our summon? Yeah, we'll get rid of our summon. Don't think we're summoning at this point in time. Alright, so let's use that. We'll go late. No moon. Can we create moon? I mean, at this point, trashing a card doesn't actually do anything bad for us. Yeah, let's instead go... $24 for her. And the Geminate. So that goes away. Geminate's got 1 more turn. So we go at speed 20, I think. That'll do. All right, our boots of speed are back. So don't draw another fucking 6 or whatever, you idiot. Thank goodness. All right, so 24 is the best. Stupid idiots. All right, so we're gonna do a move 2. We're gonna do a Dark Fog, which is gonna add a curse into their deck. I need to check. It might actually remove 2 curses, target 2 curses, because it's got 2 people in there. I don't know if I specified, but this guy was supposed to be 40, so he goes second. Yeah, so 24, Fluid Knight. We are going to use this Dark Fog to hit those 3. It adds 2 curses, which is what I checked. And then first one does 1 damage, kills the archer. Second one does -1, kills the thing there. It's added 2 curses into the deck. It's generating us an experience. It's infusing night, and we lose that card. And then we're going to move 2. One, 2. The Geminate is just going to move 2. 1, 2, and we'll put up this Hornbeetle Carapace as well. And that's going to get us one of these. And so we will draw another coin. I don't know what that symbol on the coin is. Ah, Jemmy. Ah, cool. Huh. That's awesome. I maybe don't need those cards. So good. All right, so fortunately, so far, we have defeated one or more enemies for each monster type that appears in this scenario with our Deathwalker. And if we have a look at our campaign, Algox Archer, Algox Guard, Algox Priest, which means we've achieved that mission, which is glorious. Okay, so that's the end of the round. Dead. Dead. We are going to long rest. That one's discarded, dinner. Long rest with Jemmy. And I think we're gonna health self-heal is quite awesome. Hail of Thorns, we're going to get rid of that. Alright, so all our cards are back, sort of. We are currently in melee mode, and that is discarded, and so her turn is going to be probably just move 3. No, we'll just move 2. Move 2, 82, Black Barrage. She'll gain that. Ooh, what is that? Okay. Her done. 3 cards left. She's going to have a very rubbish game. Next turn, movement 4 we really want, yes. Yeah, we'll go Hornet Stingers and Draining Pincers, I think. Yep. So we got 23. And this chick's just going to go that. Those 2, 32. Great. All right. So, there's no cards drawn. He does nothing. So, going to go... Yeah, we need to go 4, didn't we? What is that? What is green debris? This is fascinating stuff. Yeah, they made some changes to the game, which are very helpful. All right, movement 3. 1, 2, 3. All attacks this round targeting us. Gain disadvantage, and we have this card left to go. But we have reached that door, and so we will go over here to the scenario, and we shall read 5-3. I wonder if it says it in here. Oh! Let's read section 5-3. A town in flames! No! You run inside the gate and the breadth of destruction quickly becomes apparent. The town has been sacked. Smoke burns your eyes. What structures still stand are bright with fire, and the rest smoulder. Their frames like black torch skeletons, and all about the wreckage howl the Algox, celebrating their victory in an unrecognizable language. So we have to set this up. All right. So we have one more town guard. I'm going to go set this scenario up. All right. We are adding one elite Algox archer, who is number 6. We're adding 3 normal Algox guards, which are numbers 1, 3, and 2. And we are also adding 1 normal Algox priest. Oh my god, this actually does it for you. How good is that? It tells you how many is getting summoned. That is outstanding. All right. And is there 5 treasures? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There is 5 treasures. Okay. So we have finished our turn. All attacks targeting us this round gain disadvantage, which is glorious. And we have... What other card were we doing? Here. Don't think we'll waste that card, so that one goes into discard. So all attacks this round targeting us suffer disadvantage. So the priest is going to go now. He's going to move 2 towards his focus. His focus is going to be this little guy, so he's going to go 1, 2, and then he's going to heal, but there's no one who needs a heal, so he's done. 30 comes before 32, so move 4, attack 2. So they go in descending order, or ascending order I should say, so 1, 2, 3 to there. 1, 2 to there, and this guy will go 1, 2, 3, 4 to there. So that's good. And then they're going to attack 2. So number 1 is attacking us, so it has disadvantage. So it flips a -1 or a 0. And so we will take a -1. Which means it does 1 damage to us. The next guy, number 2, targeting us, suffers a -1 or a +1. It'll do 1 damage to us. And then the third one, attacking the city guard, gains a +1, so it actually does do 1 damage. And then he has retaliate. 2, 1, 2. So the Algox guards are done. The city guard does not perform a turn, but it's going to go after these 2. So I think we're just going to move 1, 2 to there. And we're going to take a shot. It's going to infuse night. Oh, we did have, do we have night waning from last turn? We did, awesome. So this is going to be attack 3 and it's going to gain death and experience. She's racking up the experience. 2 targets, range 2. Range 2, 2 targets. So we have definitely not. All right, so on number 1, it's a 0, so that's 3 damage. And on the other one, 6 damage on number 2. That is awesome. All right, so she's shuffling that deck. Haven't seen a null yet. Good turn. Good turn. All right. Oh, this Algox Arch is going. It's targeting Jemmy. So we're probably going to have to discard a card here, but let's see what he draws. There's 2 curses in the deck, so surely a curse is due. Still has disadvantage. 0 and... Yes! Gets the miss! Come on, Deno! Alright, it's the end of the round. Oh, it's travelling okay. Alright, so we're in melee mode, and so I think we're going to use this one because it changes us out of melee mode, and we'll go up 14. And that will then move us into range mode. This one, unfortunately, it's getting low here. It's getting real low. Oh, there's those 2 over there. Good work, Dano. So that one's not in play. So we're going to do a short rest for death. And we get rid of that one, which is probably fine. So we want a slow rest here. Probably fastest card. We re-infuse Night, which is awesome. Yep, so I think we'll just go that again. Forceful Spirits. Yeah. Alright, and that can be at 14. So we've got 14 and 14. Our decide, our decision. Yes. Alright, let's see if we can wreck some Algox guards. Alright, so I think we'll do the Death Shaper first. So we're going to start by consuming the Knight, gaining another experience, and targeting 2 at 3 damage apiece. So number 1, it's 4 damage on number 1. And on number 2, 3 damage on number 2. And then, I want to put that in play. Do we want to move 2? What are we doing here? Yeah, no, we don't want to move. Unfortunately, we'll just stay right where we are. Then this one is going to use, we're going to use that to move to here. And then we're going to use drag down to try and kill both of those in the one swing. And that's going to change us into ranged mode at the end of our turn. And that is 2 damage plus immobilize to everyone on there. So this guy, number 1, oh, plus 2. We just killed number 1. And then number 2 flips, come on, yes. Seems all right, Deno. And we gain an experience from that ability. We now change into range mode. Pew, pew, pew. The Geminate is awesome. Okay, so now, unfortunately, it's going to be the Algox Guard who is going to attack the, oh, wrong button, Deno. He's going to attack the Guardsman up the top here. Stop doing that, Deno. And so he's going to flip a -1 It's an attack 3, so that goes down to 2, which means he takes 2 damage from retaliate. Nice. Go, little guard. So he's done. The city guard's done. The Algox priest, it is now targeting this guard, and it is currently in range at range 3. 1, 2, 3. So it will stay where it is. It doesn't attack 3, sorry, 4. So we'll do 2 damage to number 1. And finally, this Algox archer again comes in with a power shot. It's targeting the Geminate. Yeah, so we discard a card. We have to discard Changeling's Boon. Fun in the bun. And that's it for the round. That might be the go. Heal self for 4. Really need to do some damage at this point, Deno. So perhaps we've got a move heal, haven't we? Yeah, we'll use our move heal at 60 and into my embrace. 3 damage. And is that a push? I think that's a push. Pull. Cool. Those recovered. So we'll want to go after here if we can. So use that one. We did not infuse Night again. Pull to the Abyss. During your summons attack. No. I think we'll just do Black Barrage and move. We'll go up 28. So 28 and 36, unfortunately. Let's flip. Alright. Drain speed. It's good that the priest is over here fucking about with this guy now, so we don't have to worry about the priest until we get to it. So the priest is attacking him for 3. So that does 1 damage to number 1. No retaliate, and he's immobilized. He doesn't move anyway. The Algox archer, he's range 5. He is going to stay right where he is at 14. He's going to put down a trap, which sucks. Adjacent to him there. And he's going to attack 3. He's going to attack the Geminate. We will use disadvantage, I guess. This is attack 3. Oh, this is awful. We're probably trashing a card here. Yeah, we'll use that. We'll use that. +1 and -1. Okay, so it goes down to 2, which still kills us. That sucks. Yeah, we'll clear Scarab Flight. It's all going okay, believe it or not. Alright, so now it's our turn at 28. So we're going to move 1, 2, 3, and we're going to infuse Night. So we're going to end there and grab that. And then we are going to attack the archer for 2 at range 4. We are in range, and we flip a -1. So we do 1 damage to the archer. Pathetic. But we do gain a loot, which is 2 metal. Nice. I don't know what that does, but it's awesome. That goes on the Deathwalker. Now we do the Geminate. So what was our original plan? Yeah, this is so good, by the way. I'm so happy with this guy putting a trap down in front of himself. We're going to hit him. Oh, look at this. All right, into my embrace. Attack 3, only range 3 or 4, pulls 2, and it's going to change our positioning. So if we have a look here, we are range 4, which is perfect. We're going to pull him onto that trap, which is absolutely delightful. Ah, this is great stuff. So we'll hit him with a 3, and we don't gain disadvantage. This is at range 3 or 4. So yeah, 3 attack, -2, you idiot. Just does 1, but then he hits his own trap. 1, 2, 3, and he's pulled onto his own trap. We're going to switch into our next mode, and then we're going to move 2 and heal 2, which is actually very, very good. And so pull into the trap and then to there. And we're just going to move 1 to this position here, and we will collect ourselves 1 metal. It's picked up by Jemmy. The Algox guard's going to attack the dude. He misses and then he suffers 2 retaliate damage. Go little guardsman. Oh, it's delightful. Oh, I just remembered I actually had +2 to that attack because I was in thingy form. So that Algox archer suffers another 2 damage, which is good. All right, end of the turn. So we have 2 actions left, so we are going to take those, and that's at 18. So we'll do that, and we're going to short rest here. And we just don't want to lose one that absorbs the night. All right. Deathwalker's struggling a bit. We've only got 4 cards left, but we have achieved all of our goals. So, is the double? Yeah, Forceful Spirits, 2 targets. Yeah. All right. So we're going to go 32. We're going to go 18. Parry and Thrust is great for us. Tend to the clan is less good. It's range 3 though. Oh, that's awesome actually. All right, so let's have a look. So Parry and Thrust, he stays right where he is and puts up his shield. Chang. The Algox Priest, his focus is here. He moves 1, 2. 1, 2, 3 means he can't heal there. He'll heal himself. Does nothing. Cheers. City guards don't do anything, so it is now our turn. So our mind spike at 18. This is a tough call. Let's have a look at this. So we can only attack at range 3 to 4, which we are not in range 3 to 4. And we can't move on the top one. So I reckon we move 3. 1, 2, 3. And then range 3 only ranges 4 to 5. 1, 2. Where were we? Here? No, we were there. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Okay, so if we're there, that means that we can use our immobilize at range 4 to 5. Which means the archer's immobilized, which means it suffers 1 damage. Not the guardsman, the archer. And we lose, or we gain an experience rather, and that one is trashed. And we switch into thingy mode at the end of our turn. And that's it, and I think we're going to long rest there. At that point. So done. So yeah, the Call of Doom, this should be pretty good. So we're going to move 3. Do we just shoot here? And if we flip OK here, so we're going to absorb the knight. Going to gain another experience. We can target up to 2 at range 2. So we're not in range, so we do have to move 1, 2 to there. We can go 3 to there, so we'll go 3 to there. And yep, and then we'll flip. Yes, +2 kills the archer. Get out of here, archer. Good to get that guy gone. Guardsmen don't perform a turn. It's the next round. All right. So we're going to use these 2 cards. Did we infuse Knight there? We sure did. Long resting this turn for our... Yeah, we're better off there because we want to pick up those loots. Yep, long resting for our Geminate, who is currently in melee mode. So we're going to clear that one. Recover that. Going to gain 2 health. Geminate's done. This chick's going at 28. So it's going to disarm this guardsman, this priest, and he misses completely. What an idiot. He's done. The other guardsman is going to go after us, so we're just going to move 2. I'm going to grab these 2. So the first one goes to death. Next one, also goes to death. How good is that? She's been the star, this one, that's for sure. Those are done. And that's the end of the turn. So that's gone. So now she's in a long rest. She's in a heal too. And the Geminate has to move in thingy mode. We really need to jump. Yeah, this is awesome. So we'll do that one. Hornet Stingers? No. Melee. Yep, so we'll go at 72. And that's it. So the Algox Priest, 23, he's going to move to here and he's going to heal himself. What an absolute spud. Hasn't taken any damage. The Algox Guard, Hasty Assault. Roll a miss, you absolute pest. Oh, he does a wound to our brave number 5. It's his first wound. And then he suffers 2 retaliate damage. He's going to get killed by retaliate. We don't have to worry about him, we're just going to kill the priest. So yeah, we now got 72. We're going to jump. One, 2. We're going to take the loot, which is 2 hide. We're going to change forms at the end of the turn. That's not going to do anything. So we're moving into ranged form, which is nice. Even though we've got no ranged things left. That's literally it. Done, done, done. We have to clear one of these. So I think we want to keep this black barrage. So yeah, we'll get rid of Call to the Abyss. Boots of Speed are good. So we have to use that one. And we'll use that one. So 28, perfect. And 27. That guy is just such a spud. Such an absolute spud. All right, our brave guardsmen are going to get it done. So 10 to the clan, he heals nothing. I'm going to check the rules after this because maybe his target is healing someone, but I'm pretty sure when you focus on an enemy. That's how it used to be anyway. 27 comes next. Jemmy the Geminate. We are going to jump 3. Using our jump. 1, 2, 3, which means we land on that. That's difficult terrain, so that doesn't do anything. And then we're going to put up this Harvest the Essence, which allows us to convert something into a frost or a thing, and then we convert into range mode. And there we are. Yeah, melee mode, I should say. Which is good. Um, 28 goes on this one. So we're going to move 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to shoot using our black barrage. Is that what we want to do? We really need to get down here, don't I? That's where the problem is. How many wounds has that guy got? 7. We should be able to get it done. Yeah, we've got enough cards. Yep, no, we'll take that. We'll take that loot. A snow thistle. And then the actual attack itself is a -1, which does 1 damage to that Algox guard. The Algox guard then goes, he draws a -1, he does no damage, and he kills himself with Retaliate. Those guardsmen have been stalwart. Brave stalwart soldiers. Yeah. Alright, well, that's quite good actually. So we're going to actually be able to hit that guy with our Knight 1. So that generates a Knight. Those 2 are discarded. City Guard's done. We're on to the next round. So we're going to go at 14 and 23, and we're going to go at, we're going to do a short rest at the end of the round. So we're going to shuffle these. One of these gets discarded. So that's good. Or destroyed, I can't remember the correct term. So we're going at 28 and 14. The priest is the only one left. He's going at 8. He's going to attack and he's going to immobilise. So he moves to here, he hits him, and he immobilises him. He hits him for nothing. Oh, you love it. You love it. So he's there. Now that actually works for us, I think. We're at 14. That's 1, 2, 3. Green is you can't walk over it. Damn. That ability will not be able to target him where he is. That's a shame. There's no way for us to get there either. So do we take the loot? We have a ward on ourselves, halve the next source of damage, and then remove. So that's good. I might actually track that with this thing. I don't think we're going to be able to use Hornet Stingers. So I think our best play is actually to... Yeah, let's move to here. Using that and gain disadvantage. And then we'll just discard that and do nothing. So at the end of our turn, we gain a loot. I don't know if this is good, but I feel like I'm absolutely draining the loot deck, which is awesome. So the priest is done. All right, there is night. So we're going to move 1, 2 to here. We're going to gain that loot. And then we're going to absorb the night to hit a range 3, oh sorry, range 4, range 5, gain another experience, and this is an attack 3. And that is, only 1 damage. Yeah, we could be in trouble. So we then finish with a loot, and the loot that she gets is lumber. And that's the end of our turn. So the Geminate is going to do a long rest. We're currently in ranged mode. Can we change when we long rest? I think we can. You may also switch forms during long rest. So yeah, we're going to clear that, or lose that rather. And we're going to take those 4 into hand. And we're into our melee. And that is it. So long rest, which means the priest is going to target there. We'll both long rest. So the priest is going to move. It's targeting 2 with a curse. What an absolute pest. Can you believe he puts in a curse? It's attack 2. We'll actually use our leather armor, so this gets disadvantage. So on us, -1, which goes down to 1 or 0. So we take 1, but then at the end of the turn we're going to heal 2. And on the guardsman, -1, it does 0 damage to the guardsman. Excellent. Excellent. All right, so that is the next turn. So unfortunately she dies. She's run out of cards, so she becomes exhausted. We will go at 14, and we will go at, where's our jump? There is our jump. So we're going at 14. Calculated strike. Okay, so we're going to jump. We're going to land right next to him. Boom. We're going to gain an experience. And we're going to trash that card. And we're now going to disarm him so he does nothing on the attack. And then Icebound Quills. So this is going to be +1 damage. It's going to be a total of 6. We're going to lose this card. We don't have ice to absorb. So it's 6, 7. We gain another experience, and we're going to trash this card. Come on, Dano. What a fuck. What an absolute fuck. But we do add poison to him. Oh, that's so punishing. He is disarmed though. He is disarmed. Can we still get him? I think we can. All right. So it's his turn. He's going to move to there. He's disarmed. That's it. So we'll play those two cards. What does he draw? He draws 62. We move to there. And we can get advantage on that if we absorb something, and we can absorb there. So that gains us 2 XP. This is actually, unfortunately, our last swing, but we gain advantage. You suck. So it's poisoned, so that's 10 damage, which is reduced by 1 from shield. Algox Priest, get out of there. The poison actually is the thing that gets it over the line. We have defeated all enemies with not a single card left. Come on! So if we go and have a look at a town in flames, back over here, the scenario is complete when all enemies in it are dead. At the end of that round, read 9.1. That was fun. That was so fun. All right. Algox Offensive. No, 9.1. Here it is. A town in flames. You lower your weapon and breathe as the remaining Algox retreat, scurrying from Frosthaven like giant white mice. They'll be back. You're certain of it, but for now you can rest. You wipe the soot from your face and take stock. Frosthaven is almost exactly what you imagined. A knot of grey stone. I'm actually going to grab one more loot because I just remembered I could have done that in the opposite order. Good. Thankfully, though, the townsfolk are tough. They're already on their feet, dousing fires and picking through rubble. In fact, one of those townspeople is marching right for you. A sharp-featured human woman with a fighter's muscular build, close-cropped hair and dark skin, approaches and offers a gauntleted hand in greeting. The sea be praised, she says, crushing your fingers with enthusiasm. We wouldn't have held out much longer without you. You nod and ask what happened. Oh, just life up north is all, she chuckles. I'm Satha, mayor of this fort, now that my predecessor and his lieutenant have fallen. As for the Algox, they've been at us all winter. Took them months to break through, but they finally did. Killed a dozen or so of my people, and would have done worse if you hadn't shown up. You explain who you are, that you've been sent from White Oak. At the mention of the capital, her face scrunches up in displeasure. It's about time they sent someone to help fix this mess they've made, she says, then tries to lighten her mood. I don't mean to be ungrateful. I am overjoyed to still be among the living, but a lot more people would be alive if your employers, the Merchants Guild, never stuck their noses in our business. I've spent my whole life here in what was once a fishing village, living and letting live with the Algox, until last summer, that is, when the Merchants Guild sent some garrisons and bureaucratic types up here to see how Frosthaven could be of more use to the Empire. One of their expeditions proceeded to muck about an Algox burial site, and next thing we know, righteously angry Algox are attacking us. The ink stains immediately hightailed it out of here, leaving just a handful of soldiers behind to keep us safe. Satha clenches her gauntlet tighter and tighter as she tells the story, but now releases her grip. I've had to learn of a lot of things in the last year. The hard truth is that the Algox refuse to be reasoned with, and the only way to stay alive and keep this place home I call home is to win the fight, regardless of who started it. Her face softens as she clasps your shoulder hard. There's not many of you, but I'll take what I can get, especially now that our garrison's been thinned. And as it happens, I have an idea. She turns and gestures to the town's smouldering wall. We took a beating in that fight, so if we're going to survive much longer, we'll have to do more than just sit around and wait for the next attack. I've already sent a scout to track the Algox back home to the mountains. Drop your gear at any longhouse that's still standing and rest up. As soon as you're ready, I want you to get over there and find a way to slow these attacks. The bunks in the remaining longhouses are all occupied by the injured, but you find a dry stretch of floor to lay your heads and your packs. You doubt you can sleep after the horror that greeted you in this little outpost, but before you know it, a young Valrath man is nudging you awake. Satha's scout has returned with his report. He tracked the attackers of the foothills of the Copperneck Mountains, where they entered a cave at the base of the Snowscorn Mountain. Interestingly, a smaller band split from the main group before they reached the cave and hiked around the mountain's deadly eastern face. The scout didn't see where they went, but he suspects a secret entrance to the Algox stronghold. One last thing, the Valrath says as you wipe the final dregs of sleep. Another group is moving towards Snowscorn. They were Algox, no doubt, but they're dressed differently from the ones who attacked us. They carried long sticks and had some wild animals with them. I don't know if they're going to attack the mountain or reinforce it, but either way, you better get there quick. We gain 2 plus X morale, where X is the number of city guards still on the map. We gain 10 morale because there is 3 city guards still on the map. So where do we write morale, Deno? 10. Good. So our total defense is 5, I think. You'll now perform an outpost phase. I'm going to go read about outpost phases. Stand by. All right, let's have a look here. So, gain resources. Oh yeah, here we go. When a scenario ends, recover all discarded and lost items and ability cards, reset health to maximum, remove all conditions, remove those, gain experience. So, the Valrath Deathwalker gains 9 experience, and the Geminate gains 6. Gain gold from loot cards. So if we have a look here, each of those loot tokens, cards, I think it's worth $3. Gold conversion, no, yep, $3 because we're scenario level 2. So, yeah, nice. So he gets 6 gold. And she's got 4, which means she gets 12 gold. Delightful. So we now gain resources from loot cards. So she's gained 2 check marks because she got her exterminator. But no for the workhorse, so that one is done. Battle goals. Resources from loot cards. All right, so Snow Thistle. How do we know which one's which? Oh, that one's Snow Thistle. All right, so is there a way to zoom on and zoom in? Okay, no, so 2 wood for, so that's 2. Plus a Snow Thistle, 1. Plus 2 metal, 2. Plus 1 metal, 1. Plus 2 hide, 2. Plus another Snow Thistle, 2. Plus 2 hide, 4. Plus a lumber and 2 lumber, 2, 3. Awesome. Gain all scenario rewards. Gain 4 minus characters inspiration, so we gain 2 inspiration, which I think is tracked on here. So 2 inspiration. Update the map. Return to Frosthaven for an outpost phase. So we're gonna flip over to this one. This is exciting. So this is a new thing. So we've completed this mission, Howling in the Snow. And we actually haven't completed that mission because that one's already on the map. But we're now going to unlock this bad boy, which is number 1, which is a town in flames. And there is a sticker that goes on our Gloomhaven map. Huh. Where does it go? Number 1. 2. Where's number 1, Deno? There it is. I think that's all we do with that. Cool, so we'll go read about the outpost phase. Stand by. Okay, so in an outpost phase, let's review. The first thing that happens is we mark off a day. So here is our campaign tracker. We mark off a day. So that's our first day. Then we do an outpost event. So let's grab our outposts, and we are in summer. One summer, I'll find a way. All right, we'll cut. Yeah, we have this outpost. Let's go over to this one. A Valrath man comes up to you in the street. Say, you spent some time out the walls, right? Happen to come across any snow thistle? He speaks in a low voice and his hood makes it difficult to make out his face. Before you have a chance to respond, a portly woman rushes up with a broom, smacking the Valrath on the back. You again! Leave those people alone. Valraths and snow thistle, am I right? For most people it's a garnish or medicinal. For them, well, they can't get enough of this stuff. Addicts! You continue your walk, but you hear the Valraths down the alley. Do we sell him some snow thistle, or do we admonish him for his pursuits? I think we sell him some. We got plenty, haven't we? We got 2. Yeah, we'll sell him 1. Do we have a Valrath? I think we do, don't we? Arcane Outcast Persuasive. What does that symbol mean? I think that means that if we have a Valrath in our party, which we do, then we lose all I'll double check that, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna be this one. So we gain 15 collective gold, which is bad. No, 15 collective gold's good, Deno. Where is our collective gold on this sheet? Total defense, soldiers, party name. On the back, no. All right, we'll just write it here. 15. And we gain a morale, which takes us to 11, which is actually awesome. Cool, so persuasive. Nice, nice. All right, so that means this goes back into the deck and we have to do it again maybe at some point. Delightful. All right, next on the list is outpost event. No, we now need to do a building event, or building operations rather. So let's have a look at our building operations. So we have 4 buildings that started the game: Craftsman, Alchemist, Workshop, and Barracks. All right, so no effect, Workshop. So we can build one of these in any order. We can build a boat, a sled, or climbing gear. 3 wood, 2 metal, 1 hide, prosperity 1. I wouldn't mind building a sled. That could be awesome. Train up to 3 soldiers, 1 soldier for 3 gold and material resource. I can't remember if we start with soldiers. I'll look into that. If we do start with soldiers, then we won't worry about it. But if we don't, we probably will. But yeah, I reckon we want to make a sled. I reckon a sled could be awesome. So I'm going to read into that right now. Stand by. Okay, looks fun. Got a lot of things to think about. So I didn't find the answer to the soldiers, but I'll look at that later. I don't know what that means. I think, is that repair it or something? There's a lot to learn. But I think we're going to build a building, and there's actually a couple of buildings on the map that we can make. So we can make a logging camp, a hunting lodge, or a mining camp. Now, all those things do is allow us to buy those things for gold. And that actually sounds quite cool. They all give us +1 prosperity. But they cost a lot of things to build. No, the things that they cost on the build are on the map. Yes. So if we look over here, yeah. So to build a hunting lodge, we need 1 prosperity, which we have, 4 wood, 1 metal, and 2 hide. We have enough to do that. We could also build the logging camp or the mining camp. They're all the same pretty much. The logging camp is a little bit more expensive for metal. Yeah, I think we'll craft the mining camp because it feels like the most likely one. So we are gonna over here craft ourselves the mining camp to join our workshop. And these are all done in order, so you actually activate these in order. And so it's going to cost us the following. 4 wood, 2 metal, 1 skin, and 10 gold. So we'll pay 8 and 4. And we build a mining camp. Now, how do we get a mining camp? Is there a sticker for us somewhere? I think it'll be on this sticker sheet maybe. It is. There it is, mining camp level 1. Oh, it's a 2-part sticker, is it, Deno? Alright, our mining camp is in place. How exciting! So if we go back to this page, we've done building operations, downtime. So we're not going to level up a character, we're not going to create a character. I don't think we're going to craft, we're not going to brew potions, we're not going to sell items, and we have not leveled up. Now, we did gain a bonus experience for succeeding, which is 8. So we're going to be on 17 and 14. And we now have a decision as to what scenario we'd like to attack next. I'm not sure. I'm going to look into the cost of those soldiers because we can afford to buy 2 soldiers if we give up 2 hide, which I think we probably will do if that's what we need to do. 2 soldiers. But that's it. Scenario 1 completed of Gloomhaven's successor, which is Frosthaven. And I am pretty enthusiastic about it, friends. Looking forward to seeing if Death and Jemmy can get us over the line. So I will catch you in the next episode, and no doubt we'll have some corrections that need to be made. Oh, there is one thing I forgot to do. So we are supposed to hand out personal goals. So we hand out personal goals The first personal goal that we will have will be Jemmy's. Immediately unlock a strong foundation and follow it to a conclusion. Cool. And searching for the oak. there are our 2 goals that we have that we're looking for each other. Excellent. All right, friends, that's it. Big Deno out.